Oh, hey guys, this is Raymond for RPAD TV. I'm here vaping with Ted. We're going to take a break from vaping and talk about Sanctum 2. So Ted, give me a basic overview of the game.
Sanctum 2 is the first, and as far as I know, been challenged me on this, hybrid tower defense first-person shooter. It's a sequel to Sanctum 1, which was the first tower defense first-person shooter, and it really just kind of takes this traditional tower defense and just throws it on its head just by putting this familiar first-person shooter element.
So if you're looking at footage of the game, it looks like a shooter, but what you're actually doing strategy-wise is all tower defense.
Yes, yeah, I mean, at its core, it is a tower defense game. It's just, everybody's so familiar with first-person shooters, and it has this coming home feel, I think. I mean, you pick up a controller and you already know what you're doing because it has that first-person shooter aspect. But really, I mean, the core concept of it is hardcore tower defense. If you're really going to have to get strategic with it.
Now, when you were showing me the game earlier, my buddy Paul compared it to Horde mode from Gears of War. How do you feel about that comparison?
I mean, I can definitely see some of the comparison. I mean, I think even Horde modes and all those types of games have taken a lot of elements from tower defenses of just these onslaughts of enemies. I think there's definitely more of a strategic element of placing towers and placing walls and deconstructing and really sitting with your friends and just figuring out what's the best way to do it, where in a traditional Horde mode it's really about kill.
Right, so that, I mean, those games are action first, strategy second, and your strategy first with a lot of action too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a ton of action. You'll be seeing aliens exploding, and it's awesome.
Now, one of the unique things you were showing me was how AI works with this game, with aggro and kiting and all that. Can you expand on this?
Yeah, I mean, that was one thing that in Sanctum 1, the enemies really just followed the traditional tower defense path, where they're just going from their start point right to the core to attack it. The developers, Coffee Stain, they really spent a lot of time developing an aggro system where you can end up kiting your enemies by executing a lot of damage to them. So you have stuff where in a co-op experience, you can have one player kiting around enemies while other people are taking out all the little guys, and one guy's really focusing on defending the last people that are getting towards the core. So it adds definitely a unique element and really comes into play on co-op.
Now, I think there are 16 levels, is that right?
Yeah, 16 levels. The original Sanctum only started with 3. There's a full 16-level campaign. Just progressively gets harder and harder. You start having to defend multiple cores and multiple paths that the aliens are coming at. It will kick people's ass.
And there's different types in the level design. There's some freeform, there's some time, some boss fights. What are some of the different things gamers will experience?
All sorts of stuff. It really lets you get kind of creative. I mean, there are those levels that are just an open slate where you get to really get creative with how you're going to lay out your walls and your paths. Other ones that actually have sniper perches that you can really use the sniper class to really just stand up there and hang back and watch your defenses and just take out anyone that's sneaking through. And other ones that have environmental things like air gusts that you can quickly get from one area to another.
The original Sanctum had one character. Now there are 4 characters, and they're kind of 4 different classes. Can you tell me about the 4 characters?
Yeah, so originally Sanctum had Sky, this awesome, badass girl. She's now the main soldier class, kind of your just overall just grunt, get in there with your assault rifle. And she has the ability to double jump, so she's kind of your go-to girl. Then her sister, Sweet, she's more of a demolitions expert. She has a giant rocket launcher, and she also sets enemies on fire when she attacks them.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty much, I think that's how she got her name. And Simo is a cyborg sniper, so everybody needs a sniper class, and what better than a robot? I mean, who's going to have more accuracy than a robot? And then there's your tanking class, which is named Hagen. He's your shotgun guy, get up close, get in person, and he also has takes a lot more damage, has more health, so he's going to be the one that you want to throw right into the swing of things.
Now these 4 characters can be played mix and match in the cooperative modes. How does cooperative work?
It's 4-player co-op, so it's throughout the whole campaign, so as you're leveling up your character, you can end up jumping in mid-campaign with all 4 of your friends or 3 of your friends, and play through the whole campaign and really strategize at that point. Pick your loadout, so I can have my friend choose all like the Gatling type of guns. I can pick ones that are more slowing enemies, and you can really work together to use different skills and different classes to have the best strategy and win.
So there's more story with this game now. You showed me some really cool scenes. The artwork's done in-house. Tell me about the story and the art in the game.
Yeah, so Sanctum 1, I mean, it had a loose story based on the aliens and where they were located, but they've really expanded on this. There's an anime-style comic book that just progresses throughout each level that really drives the story of these people coming to the planet Loak 3 and terraforming and making it habitable, and that's what the cores are. They actually provide the oxygen for the humans, and so obviously, why would the aliens want to do anything but destroy that to get rid of the humans? So it's beautifully colored. I mean, it's vibrant. I think that's what a lot of people are going to see with the art style. It's anime inspired. I mean, you have these characters with just giant arms, but it's really original. I think all the aliens, that's one thing I really love, is it's not the traditional aliens that you've seen in every other game. They all have their own unique personality and are really insect-like too.
Now, the first game was only available through Steam. What platforms is Sanctum 2 coming out for, and when does it come out?
So it's coming out for XBLA, PSN, and Steam. Of course, you have to pay homage to the fans. And it's going to be $14.99, and it's coming out May 15th.
Awesome, Ted. Thanks for your time, and let's get back to vaping.
Yes.